This is a presentation of the University of Wisconsin-Parkside.
Regent Falbo, President Riley, Dr. James, Ms. Breed, Ms. Graber, President Ruffalo, and Vice Chancellor Claver, thank you for your very kind words and for your continued support. I enthusiastically accept the invitation to serve as the 6th Chancellor here at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. UW-Parkside students, faculty, academic staff, classified staff, foundation trustees, alumni, friends and colleagues from out of town, colleague chancellors, community leaders, and distinguished guests. Before I begin my formal remarks this afternoon, I would like to formally welcome many special people in the audience today. And I ask that you please stand so that we may welcome you to the UW-Parkside learning community. Representing the University of Wisconsin Board of Regents, Danae Davis, John Drew, and Mike Falbo. And representing the University of Wisconsin System, President Kevin Riley, and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs and former UW-Parkside Provost, Dr. Rebecca Martin. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve as the Chancellor of UW-Parkside. We have many elected officials and representatives here. Representing Senator Herb Kohl is Judy Huffman. Representing Congressman Paul Ryan is David Craig. We have members of the Wisconsin Legislative Delegation, Senator John Lehman, Representative Samantha Kirkman, Representative Peter Barca, and Representative Corey Mason. We also have several local elected officials, the Mayor of Racine, John Dickert, the Mayor of Kenosha and UW-Parkside graduate, Keith Bosman, County Executive of Kenosha, UW-Parkside alum, Jim Cruiser. Thank you for being here. My newest colleagues, the University of Wisconsin colleague chancellors, Carol Sue Butts from UW-Platteville, Julius Erlenblatt from UW-Superior, Tom Harden from UW-Green Bay, Carlos Santiago from UW-Milwaukee, Dick Teffler from UW-Whitewater, Rick Wells from UW-Oshkosh, David Wilson from UW Colleges and Extension, and Dean Van Gallen from UW-River Falls. And go ahead. And a very special welcome to Lane Earns, who serves as the provost at UW-Oshkosh, and he served as the interim chancellor here at Parkside last year. Thank you, Lane. Colleague education leaders in southeastern Wisconsin, the president of Gateway Technical College, Brian Albrecht, the president of Carthage College, Greg Campbell, the superintendent of Kenosha Unified School District, Joel Mangi, and representing Racine Unified School District, Bethel Kager. Members of the UW-Parkside Foundation Board of Trustees, Roger Karen, Jess Levin, Tim Mahone, Joanne Murta, Sarah Neubauer, Howard Olson, Rita Petretti, Vince Ruffalo, George Stinson, Bob Topi, and Joan Wilk. Thank you all very much for being here. Colleagues who have helped me along my educational and professional journey, John and Chris Kavanaugh, Dean and Mary Van Gallen, Tammy McGuckin, Susan Stevenson, and Betsy Bowers, Laura Naff and Michael Day, Jenny Sawyer, Paul Jones, and Margaret Barr. Thank you for all of your support. And last but not least in any way, my family. My parents, Nancy and Phil Akers. My sisters, Dina Engel and Darla Baradas. My brother-in-law, Matt Baradas. My husband, John. And our wonderful children, Abby and John David. And a very special welcome and thank you to all of the administrators, faculty, academic staff, and classified staff and students here at Parkside who have worked tirelessly to make our week-long celebration of UW-Parkside's hallmarks and the ceremony today unforgettable. We have the A-team at Parkside, and it shows. Thank you for being here as we celebrate the past and embrace the future at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. As all of you know, I am thrilled to be serving as the 6th Chancellor, and I am excited about how we will embrace our future together. I am truly honored to serve as the 6th Chancellor of this great university and to build upon the successes of Chancellors Wiley, Guskin, Kaplan, Smith, Keating, and Interim Chancellor Ernst. As Chancellor, I will nurture the collegial spirit and culture of our campus, community, and region. I will develop a shared vision for success. I will involve others. I will listen attentively. I will build new partnerships and collaborations. I will lead by example, and I will exhibit courage. Walt Disney once said, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." Today, I want to reflect on the importance of courage and how our founders embarked on a life-changing journey 41 years ago to bring a first-rate university to our region, and how we, and I emphasize we, will have the courage to keep their dreams alive for our students and communities today and tomorrow. Let me begin by setting the context in relation to courage. Winston Churchill said, "Courage is rightly esteemed the first of human qualities, because it is the quality that guarantees all others." Author Marianne Rademacher said, "Courage does not always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, 'I will try again tomorrow.'" And in 1894, the Wisconsin Board of Regents had the courage to set a bold vision for the citizens of Wisconsin, and I quote, "Whatever may be the limitations which trammel inquiry elsewhere, we believe that the great state University of Wisconsin should ever encourage that continual and fearless sifting and winnowing by which alone truth can be found," end quote. As I learned the rich history of our university, I was constantly reminded of how our founders, community leaders from Kenosha and Racine, and our founding faculty and staff exhibited courage. This group of early leaders worked determinedly and embraced Winston Churchill's philosophy that success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. In 1965, George Molinaro, a state representative from Kenosha, had the courage to stand before the Wisconsin legislature to fight for the founding of a university in southeastern Wisconsin. He and many others believed that it was important to, in his words, bring education to the people instead of bringing people to education. Championing the early days of UW-Parkside were 3 courageous women, Miss Fran Jaskey, Miss Rita Talent-Pickin, and Miss Harriet Wiley. And these outstanding women will be honored tomorrow during our 40th anniversary gala for their leadership, their passion, and their tenacity in the founding and early days of UW-Parkside. It was through the courage and perseverance of our founders that we celebrate our 40-year history and build upon a strong foundation of success for many decades to come. Our first chancellor, Irvin G. Wiley, said, and I quote, "The society that builds a new university assesses the future optimistically. It bets that the future will be better than the past and that the university will help make it better, end quote. Our great university, the University of Wisconsin-Parkside, was founded on July 1st, 1968, and the dreams of our early founders included a university with a grand vision of research corridors and bustling student centers, the beginning of a cultural and learning center, a place where ideas are born, challenged, and changed, and a place where tens of thousands of people would come to enrich their minds, brighten their futures, and change their lives. The University of Wisconsin-Parkside has been and will continue to be the place where ideas are born, challenged, and changed, and a learning community that enriches minds, changes lives, and brightens futures. Many people have asked me, why would I move from Florida to Wisconsin? And the answer is easy, because of the wonderful opportunities here at UW-Parkside. Last spring, 2 University of West Florida graduate students selected Wisconsin as the state to study for their governance and higher education project in the course I was teaching. I had been encouraged to respond to the nomination for the chancellor's position, but it was the presentation from the students that inspired me to do more research about UW-Parkside. The students summarized the growth agenda for the UW system in 6 powerful words: grow people, grow jobs, and grow communities. During the presentation, I thought, I want to contribute to a learning environment that focuses with intentionality on people, jobs, and communities, and that place is the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. Now we must look to how we will embrace our future while building upon our past successes with courage. My vision for our university includes strengthening our campus and communities, focusing on continued excellence in teaching, learning, and research, improving the success of all of our students, and being known as the go-to place in our region of southeastern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. We will do this while fully embracing and integrating the four hallmarks that make UW-Parkside unique. These hallmarks are academic excellence, student success, diversity and inclusive excellence, and community engagement. As I shared during our fall convocation, Ruby Bridges, a civil rights pioneer, once said, and I quote, "Don't follow the path. Go where there is no path and begin the trail. When you start a new trail equipped with courage, strength, and conviction, the only thing that can stop you is you," end quote. Therefore, let's take our collective courage, strength, and conviction to begin new trails of learning and opportunity and build upon the many strengths of the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. Throughout this week, we have celebrated each of these hallmarks, and I want to give a special thank you to all who were involved in making the week a huge success and for demonstrating your personal commitments to academic excellence, student success, diversity and inclusiveness, and community engagement. Our mission of being committed to high-quality educational programs, creative and scholarly activities, and services responsive to our diverse student population and our local, national, global communities emphasizes the importance of academic excellence. We will continue to offer high-quality academic programs rooted in the tradition of a liberal education in the arts, sciences, and profession, and remain responsive to the occupational, civic, and cultural needs of our region, while actively seeking the continued input of all stakeholders. UW-Parkside faculty and academic staff fully embrace academic excellence through their teaching, learning, and scholarly endeavors by having high expectations for our students, inspiring them to succeed and reach beyond their current capabilities, and by involving them in their scholarly activities. Our faculty has a reputation for being tough and demanding, yet caring, and would do anything to help our students succeed. A professor emeritus once said, The most important lesson for my students to master is an appreciation for how much they still need to learn. UW-Parkside faculty exhibit their passion for scholarship by helping students to achieve their personal best and instilling the habits of mind and habits of heart that lead to excellence. Thank you to our outstanding faculty and academic staff for having the courage to teach, to inspire, to support our students, and to change lives. Speaking of excellence, earlier this week, we learned that the UW-Parkside Department of Theater Arts has been selected to receive the 2009 Regents Teaching Excellence Award. This award pays tribute to the impressive dedication of the department and the ability of our faculty and staff in theater arts to inspire in students an enthusiasm for learning both in and beyond the classroom. Please join me in congratulating Dean Yonk and the entire Theater Arts Department for serving as a model of academic excellence at UW-Parkside and for the UW system. Congratulations. Earlier this week, during our celebration of student success, I shared with the students the importance of how mentors shape success in your life. I want to thank a few mentors who have influenced my life over the past years. Jenny Sawyer, for introducing me to the life of student affairs as an undergraduate and for encouraging me to go to Indiana University to earn a master's degree. To Dr. Vic Bashini, for broadening my horizons as a graduate student and for demonstrating what it means to be student-centered. To Dr. John Strope and Dr. Dennis Golden, for pushing me and supporting me in the doctoral program to do things that I did not think I could do, and for continuing to serve as mentors. I want to recognize the late Eileen Egan for taking a chance on me to serve as her Dean of Students in 1991, even though she told me that I was too young for the job. And I want to thank Drs. John and Chris Kavanaugh for showing me the important values of higher education and for modeling leadership and excellence. I want to thank my family for never underestimating what I could accomplish and for showing unconditional love and support. An effective leader surrounds herself with great people, and my home team is the best family anybody could ask for. John and I met 25 years ago when I was a freshman and first-generation student at the University of Louisville. I was a woman focused on her career and would not get married until I completed my master's degree. John encouraged me to follow my dreams, and he knows how much I love what I do and my passion for student success. John, thank you for always being there for me and being my #1 supporter. Our wonderful children, Abby and John David, have the good fortune of growing up on a university campus and have been willing to be a part of new adventures and new communities. Most importantly, my children keep me grounded, and they give me the joy and pleasure of being their mom. Thank you. As you can see, many people, a few who I have named, have influenced who I am today, and I thank them for their confidence, their trust, and their unending support. I know how education and opportunity has changed my life, and I now have the responsibility to pay it forward. One of the ways to pay it forward and to fully embrace and integrate the 4 hallmarks will be to act upon every possible opportunity to close achievement gaps of all UW-Parkside students and to work together to reach state and national goals to achieve and improve educational attainment. I want to share some statistics with you. Nationally, for every 100 public high school 9th graders, only 75 will graduate from high school 4 years later. Only 46 of the original 100 will enter college the fall after they graduate, and only 35 will return to college their sophomore year, and only 24 will earn an associate's degree within 3 years of enrolling in college, or a bachelor's degree within 6 years of enrolling. The statistics for our region here in southeastern Wisconsin and northern Illinois are comparable, and we must use our creative energy to find new solutions to improve high school graduation rates, improve college readiness, and advance the educational level in our communities. At UW-Parkside, we will continue to lead, be action-oriented, and collaborate with our PK-12 partners in Kenosha, Racine, and surrounding areas, along with colleagues from Gateway Technical College and Carthage College to enhance educational attainment. We will continue to be a destination university for first-generation students by addressing the challenges of access and affordability and optimizing first-year college experience initiatives. As we work to close achievement gaps and to enhance student success, we will continue to have high expectations for UW-Parkside graduates. It is my hope that each of our graduates will carry the banner of lifelong learning as they strive to reach their personal, academic, and professional best. I am confident that our graduates will continue to exhibit personal courage on their educational and professional journeys. As President Riley mentioned, at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside, we are proud to have the most diverse student body in the UW system, but we must work smarter to close achievement gaps for our students of color. We will enhance our focus to attract and retain more diverse faculty and staff members as we fully embrace the goals of inclusive excellence. We will use the results of our recently completed campus climate survey to create an environment grounded in respect, nurtured by dialogue, and characterized by equal access and participation by all. Through our curriculum, co-curriculum, study abroad, community-based learning, and intercultural experiences, we will continue to work collaboratively to prepare our students to work, to live, to contribute, and to explore possibilities in a diverse world and global society. At UW-Parkside, community engagement serves as a core element of our vision and mission. Our efforts to lead and serve our greater communities embodies the essence of how and why we teach, learn, research, and engage at UW-Parkside. Throughout these first 98 days at UW-Parkside, I have articulated our firm commitment to partnering and collaborating in order to contribute to our region. As was mentioned earlier, over 90% of our students come from our region of southeastern Wisconsin and northern Illinois, and over 75% of our alumni remain in the region to live and to work. We are, and we will continue to be a great public, regional, comprehensive university committed to academic excellence, student success, diversity and inclusiveness, and community engagement. How will we, and again, the focus is on we, embrace our future with courage? In order to fully integrate UW-Parkside's hallmarks and maximize the possibilities and opportunities and increase educational attainment in our region, we must collaborate, communicate, and cooperate. As the sixth chancellor to serve this great university, I ask that you join me in championing our shared vision and mission. I ask you to join me in building relationships and in collaboratively matching UW-Parkside's strengths with the needs in our community and region. Over the next several months and years, our actions will manifest in the courage we find to work together to complete the strategic planning process and embrace our strategic directions, create a culture focused on best practices and enrollment management to increase enrollment through aggressive and integrated recruitment and retention programs, as we continue to serve as a regional and statewide leader in community-based learning and community engagement, as we build new relationships to increase external funding for scholarships, need-based financial aid, capital needs, and academic programs, as we work together to encourage our almost 20,000 alumni to get re-engaged with the UW-Parkside campus, one of the things I've learned as I've been out in the communities is I think we have fewer degrees of separation than Kevin Bacon, because everybody I meet has some relationship with Parkside, and that's something to celebrate. We will collaborate with educational partners to prepare quality 21st century teachers. We will build upon our many successful interdisciplinary programs. We will utilize a strengths-based approach as we initiate the Higher Learning Commission reaccreditation process. We will brand our campus identity and be more intentional about our messaging and our marketing. We will investigate possibilities to add new undergraduate and graduate programs that meet the needs of our region. We will work hard to increase student participation in high-impact practices such as internships, international study, research with faculty, community-based learning, and capstone seminars. And we will increase the success of our students through our comprehensive first-year experience programs and strive to improve the graduation rates for all Parkside students. Over the past few months, I have learned about the many, many wonderful attributes, particularly our passion for student success at UW-Parkside. I have been and will continue to be visible across campus and will engage with students by visiting classrooms and laboratories, by attending students' events, including Ranger Welcome Days, scooping ice cream with Ranger Bear, cheering for UW-Parkside student athletes, meeting with student organizations, participating in admissions experience days, attending the award-winning UW-Parkside Theater Department's productions, meeting with Parkside student government leaders, and attending noontime concerts. I invite each of you to do the same. I want you to be a part of our learning environment and to see firsthand the quality of a UW-Parkside graduate in training. To fully demonstrate my commitment to our full 4 hallmarks, I have decided to do something a little different during my inaugural remarks. Some of my colleague chancellors might be expecting talent. I don't have those in the musical department. So I have decided to do something a little different. At UW-Parkside, it really is all about students. A special thank you to Jennifer Hansen for sharing her talents, and also the members of our brass quintet and the UW-Parkside Camerata. Thank you to Ted for sharing remarks this morning or afternoon, and thank you to all our students who have joined the celebration today. Thank you in advance to the members of the Parkside Chorale under the direction of Professor James Kinchin, who will perform immediately following this ceremony in the Student Center Ballroom, and to the UW-Parkside Jazz Quartet, who will perform during the reception. But to provide you with a more personal perspective on the thriving, student-centered learning environment here at Parkside, I have asked 2 students to join me and say a few words about their experience. There is no way that in 98 days I can truly capture that. I had hoped that we could have 5,300 stories, but we don't have time for that. So I've asked 2 students to join me, and I'll ask them to come forward. Nicholas Cozy is an undergraduate student majoring in the biological sciences, and his goal is to become a neurosurgeon. He started in Parkside in fall of 2008 as a member of the Rangers baseball team, but now devotes all of his time to his goal of becoming a doctor one day. This past summer, Nick served as an undergraduate research assistant in the Department of Neurosurgery at Rush University Medical Center. Nick is one of our many outstanding undergraduates, and will say a few words in just a moment. Following Nick, we have Major Franklin. Major Franklin earned his undergraduate degree in business administration from UW-Parkside while working full-time, and he is currently pursuing his MBA degree. He moved to Wisconsin from Indiana 10 years ago with his wife, Yvette, and they are the proud parents of 4-year-old Dinah, and I believe she's a future UW-Parkside Ranger. Major is currently employed as a senior buyer at Lakeside Manufacturer in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and his goal is to become self-employed via e-commerce and other entrepreneurial opportunities. Nick and Major, thank you for sharing a few words about how UW-Parkside has impacted your life.
Thank you, Chancellor Ford. On Tuesday, I had the distinct privilege of listening to Dr. Ford as she spoke to a group of Parkside's finest students. She encouraged us to forge our own path, no matter the obstacles or circumstances that presented themselves. What struck me was, I've already found my path. I'm forging my path every day that I'm here at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. My character is not something I've drawn on an Etch-a-Sketch. My character is the one constant I cling to in today's ever-changing world. Throughout my days as a college student here at Parkside, my character has been tested and my integrity remains unwavering. I have found that when you make unpopular decisions and reject the vices that are affecting today's college students, you find yourself on the outside looking in, but not here at Parkside. The choices that define me exemplify a man making decisions for an audience of one in a modern-day society that makes decisions for the approval of many. To some people, strong character is just an empty, overused phrase, mere words that embody little. To others, here at Parkside, it's a way of life. Parkside has allowed me to chase my dream of becoming a neurosurgeon. This is my path. That is my destination. Parkside has given me the opportunity to be challenged by my professors to look beyond the common answer, to be in pursuit of knowledge, to be in pursuit of truth, wherever that journey may lead me. Dr. Edward Wallen and Professor Randall McKee of the Biological Sciences Department taught me that it isn't merely enough to just find the answer. What's just important is gaining an understanding and appreciation of the pioneers who found the answer long before you did. These people who dared to question the status quo, people who dared to ask the tough questions. That's us here at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. They are the character of this school, and they are the reason I attend Parkside. Robert Kennedy once said, "Some men see things as they are and say, why? I dream things that never were and say, why not?" Our future as a university lies in the path that Chancellor Ford has envisioned. Chancellor Ford's investment in the undergraduate student body will not only allow us to survive after graduation, but more importantly, thrive in tomorrow's world. Some people may see this day as just the end of classes for the week. Others just might see it as the beginning of a new journey, as the beginning of a new era. I know I do. Chancellor Ford, on behalf of the undergraduate student body, I would like to take this time and say that it is truly an honor that you are our new chancellor. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Ford. And to everyone else, I will say, welcome to my home. Because for so many years, this place has been and remains my home, and my wife will attest to that. I, too, stand before you as a first-generation college graduate and a representative of a possibility. I was recently on a business trip that took me to Louisville, Kentucky, and we were down on 4th Street, and I noticed that there were a number of signs that were hanging, and they read, Louisville, the possibility of a city. 10 years ago, when I arrived, my wife and I moved here, I didn't think much about possibilities. Suffice it to say, 9 months after moving here, I had enrolled in the University of Parkside's undergraduate business program. I have to tell you that I grimaced a bit when I realized that I would have to take math, and to add to that, I attempted to test out of math so that I could take a higher level, and much to my chagrin, I had to start at the very, very bottom. But I am proud to say that through hard work and the exceptional instruction that I received from the faculty and staff here at this university, not only did I go on to successfully learn math, but I conquered calculus as well. Yes. In addition to the academic benefits that I've received here at Parkside, I was also fortunate enough to be a part of Parkside's internship program Through community and business relations that Parkside has with a number of the local area businesses, I participated in an internship program. This internship eventually parlayed into a full-time position for me at a local manufacturer. And the skills that I developed here at Parkside have well prepared me for the business environment. I have been fortunate enough to held positions at the corporate, divisional, and global levels in various roles and responsibilities, and I am ecstatic to say that in May 2010, I will graduate from Parkside's graduate program with my master's degree in business administration. Thank you. So for me, at the University of Parkside, the P in Parkside simply stands for a possibility. Thank you.
As you can see, there are lots of great reasons to be very proud to be the chancellor here at UW-Parkside. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Major. And all the best as you continue on your academic and professional journey. I wish to extend a special thank you to all of our students for making each day worthwhile and for making UW-Parkside a great place to learn and a great place to work. Our celebration is only beginning here at UW-Parkside as we work together to embrace and integrate our 4 hallmarks of academic excellence, student success, diversity and inclusive excellence, and community engagement. The successes of our collaborative work will grow people who are well prepared for growth in jobs and growth in communities. In closing, there are perhaps a number of you here today who remember the speech President Kennedy made at Rice University in 1962. His purpose was to defend our country's decision to go to the moon and the enormous financial commitment that decision would entail. The president's words were, and I paraphrase, we choose to go to the moon not because it is easy, but because it is hard. The exercise will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. It is a challenge we are willing to accept and unwilling to postpone. Today, as your new chancellor, I say, let's go to the moon and shoot for the stars together. Let us test ourselves, challenge ourselves and one another, reveal our weaknesses, build upon our strengths, and aspire to achieve something great. We will do it because it is hard, but we know our successes will be many and meaningful. They will be measured by the bright futures and changed lives of the worthy students who will cross our paths as they reach their full potential as University of Wisconsin-Parkside graduates. Have courage with me, and let us begin today. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Ford. How about one more time? As in most, if not all, inaugural ceremonial traditions, a campus alma mater is sung. It will be done today as well. The words are on the back of your program, and at this time, I invite Jennifer Hansen to return to the podium and to lead the singing, accompanied by the UW-Parkside Brass Quintet.
There is hope sprung up upon the prairie, for we take in hand the world's plow.
Thank you, Jennifer. Please be seated. Before the recessional, I have a few brief announcements. As this ceremony is being simulcast to the Student Center Ballroom and the catering staff does its final preparations for the reception, we ask that the audience provide a short time of approximately 10 minutes for the delegates, faculty, and platform party to change out of their academic regalia and make their way to the ballroom before we begin the reception, to which everyone is invited, of course. Once we make our way to the ballroom, we will have the pleasure of listening to the UW-Parkside Chorale under the direction of Dr. James Kinchin. They will perform 2 selections, and following those musical selections, we will enjoy the smooth sounds of the Parkside Jazz Quartet under the direction of Professor Tim Bell. Thank you again for joining us today, and I ask that all rise as Professor James prepares to lead the recessional by gathering the mace. And we ask that the audience remain in your seats until the recessional is complete. Please begin the processional music.